Okay, so this is a quick overview of my RC submarine. It's based on a 1/72 Revell kit. It's a Type 1XC. I converted it over to RC. It has a number of different functions on it. It is both a static and dynamic diver, meaning that I can use the bow planes to push it under, or I can fill a bladder bag inside and it will dive that way statically. It has a stabilization system for the ballast inside, which is a counterweight that moves fore and aft as the bag fills, because it tends to shift the center of gravity as it takes on water. Also, the stern planes are gyro actuated so that if it starts to porpoise in the water, it compensates and will keep itself level as you're driving it under the water. It has full navigation lights, so I can tell which way it's facing underwater, because visibility gets poor as it gets down a few feet, so the lights really help to tell which way it's facing and if it's level or not, or what I'm going to hit. This is a small onboard underwater camera that I fabricated out of just a cheap mini cam, and I put it inside of a metal waterproof casing. It's just magnetically held on. There's also a little chain on there, so if it falls off, it doesn't just go to the bottom of the lake. It also has a torpedo system. This is one of the torpedoes here. It's based on a small model rocket engine. It's got a small charge at the front. There's a fore and aft launcher. Forward launcher is here. You can see these small doors open up. The torpedo forces its way out, and then the doors snap shut again under spring tension. Give you an idea of some of its functions here. So obviously you got your rudder control, throttle control. You can hear the counterweight inside move. If I say pick up the back here, actually I think it's all the way to the rear, so pick up the front. You can hear it moving inside. I thought it was to the rear, but it's not. And then when it levels out again, let's say if the nose comes up, the weight moves in the opposite direction. You can also see in the back here, the stern planes. If I lift it up, they go upwards. If I lift the bow, they go downwards. And that keeps it level while you're trying to drive it, because otherwise it tends to porpoise. Stern, or the bow planes, you can see move here, forcing it under the water. A quick view of the inside. So this is just magnetically held on. Aft torpedo. Speed control inside there, some servos and the gyros. This is the bladder bag here, which fills and empties to bring it up and down from the water. It's a LiPo 5000 milliamp hour. This is the small pump which, as you can see, fills and empties the bladder bag. This is where the torpedo loads in here, so the wires protrude through there. And then it's fired out the front. It also has a fail-safe on board, so if I switch off the remote, it immediately, that noise you hear is it trying to pump all of the water out of its ballast, so that if I lose radio contact, it immediately will surface, so that way I can dive it as deep as it wants to go. I've had it down 20 feet, I'd say, so far. It's really hard to see down that deep, but I usually just statically dive it down deep and let the camera capture fish or the bottom, and then I'll bring it back up again and drive it around. It's hard to control when it's quite deep because, like I said, it kind of loses visibility and it's hard to really tell. I have it sitting on a trailer, which is towed by my 6x6 truck, as you can see here. It's more for display. I could use it, but it makes it kind of hard to back it in the water. You more or less have to drive the truck right underwater to get it deep enough for the sub to be in the water and float free of the trailer, but it makes it look cool anyway. And that's the basic build of it. Thanks for watching.